The next property that we are going to study is metallic and non-metallic character. So it has the same basis as that of electronegativity. So if you understand that property, this will be easy for you to understand. So what is metallic character? If an atom has a tendency to lose one or more electrons, then it is called a metal, and this property is known as electropositivity. So what happens? The metal loses an electron and one or more electron and forms an ion. And if an atom has a tendency to accept one or more electron, then it is known as non-metals, and this property is known as electronegativity. So what are the factors that affect the metallic and the non-metallic character? Again, we have to study the same factors. The first is atomic size. So when the atomic size will increase, so the atomic radius will increase, the nuclear force of attraction will decrease. So the atom will not accept an electron easily because the nuclear force of attraction is decreasing, but it will easily lose an electron because of less force of attraction. So since it will lose an electron easily, its metallic character will increase, but it will not accept an electron easily, so its non-metallic character will decrease. Also, when ionization potential increases, means you need to give more energy to an atom to remove an electron. So the atom is not losing an electron easily, it requires more energy. So when ionization potential increases, so it is not losing an electron easily, so its metallic character is decreasing and non-metallic character is increasing. If electron affinity is increasing, since electronegativity follows the same trend as electron affinity, so if electron affinity is increasing, electronegativity will increase, and if negativity will increase, means it's easily accepting electrons, so its non-metallic character will increase. And since non-metallic character is increasing, metallic character of the atom will decrease. So when we say metallic atoms means it loses electron easily, so it will have large atomic size, and it is losing electron easily, means you need to give less energy to them to lose electrons, so it will have low ionization potential, and since they lose electron easily, they are good reducing agents. Say they are present on the left side of the periodic table. Non-metallic atoms, they accept electrons easily, so they will have low small size in comparison to metallic atoms. They will have low ionization potential, because for non-metallic atoms they are usually of small size because they easily accept electrons, so their nuclear force of attraction is more, so their size, if we are talking about the elements in the same period, so the atomic size of non-metallic atoms will be less than that of metallic atoms in the same period. It will not lose electron easily, so its ionization potential is high. They have a tendency to accept or gain or attract electrons towards itself, so they reduce easily, hence they are strong oxidizing agents. So metals, they have a greater tendency to lose electrons, so they have greater reactivity, they react easily. And non-metals have a tendency to accept electrons, so they have greater reactivity. Trends in metallic and non-metallic character. So across a period, as we move from left to right, the nuclear charge will increase, the atomic radius will decrease, so the nuclear force of attraction increases. As we move from left to right, since nuclear force of attraction is increasing, the non-metallic character is increasing, because the elements on the right side will easily accept an electron because of more nuclear force of attraction, and the elements on the left side will lose electron easily because of less nuclear force of attraction. So as we move from left to right, the nuclear force of attraction is increasing, so the non-metallic character is increasing and the metallic character is decreasing. Also, as we move from left to right, the ionization potential increases, and since ionization potential increases, again the metallic character is decreasing and the non-metallic character is increasing. So it's the example of the second period. You can see as we move from left to right, sodium, magnesium and aluminium, they have a tendency to lose electrons. So sodium can lose donate 1 electron, magnesium can lose 2 electrons, aluminium 3. So they have a tendency to lose electrons, so they are metal. Then silicon is a metalloid, so it has characteristics of both metals and non-metals. Then further you can see that for phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, they have a tendency to accept electrons to fill its octet, so they are non-metals. Then there is argon. It is neither metallic nor non-metallic because its octet is already filled, so it will neither accept nor give or donate an electron in order to attain stability. So it is neither metallic nor non-metallic. But other elements in the same period, you can see as we move from left to right, the metallic character is decreasing and the non-metallic character is increasing. Down a group, again there are two factors that we need to consider. As we move down the group, the atomic radius is increasing, so the nuclear force of attraction is decreasing. So it will be easier to lose electron than to accept an electron, so the metallic character will increase and the non-metallic character will decrease. But the nuclear charge is also increasing, so the vice versa should happen, that nuclear force of attraction is increasing, so it will be easier to accept an electron and difficult to lose an electron, so the metallic character should decrease and non-metallic character should increase. But again atomic radii will dominate over the nuclear charge and the metallic character will increase down a group because the atomic radii is increasing and non-metallic character will decrease. So here is an example. So you can see as we move down the group, you can see the first element carbon is a non-metal, then silicon and germanium are metalloids, then the other two elements tin and lead is metal. So as we move down a group, there one more period is getting added, so their atomic radii is increasing, and since the atomic radii is increasing, the nuclear force of attraction is decreasing, so it is easy to lose an electron rather than to accept an electron. So the metallic character is increasing and the non-metallic character is decreasing. So there are so what conclusion can we draw about the elements on the basis of all these properties that we have learned is that the elements that are at the bottom of the group, they have large atomic size because one more period is getting added in them. They have lowest ionization potential because since the atomic size is large, the nuclear force of attraction will decrease, so they need very less energy, they need less energy in order to lose electron from their valence shell, so they'll have low ionization potential. Electrons are loosely held because of less nuclear force of attraction, so they will easily lose electron because the nuclear force of attraction is less, and they will form ions, so the metals will change into ions. They are mostly metallic because they lose electron easily rather than gaining electron. So that is the end of all the periodic properties that is in the syllabus of class 10th. If you have any doubt in any of the topic, in any of the properties that have been explained, you can ask me in the comment box, and in next video I'll explain few of the physical properties that I have left in this chapter. So it will be a short video because not many questions come from the physical properties, and you have to study 2 or 3 physical properties, so it will be a short video, but maximum or all of the questions in board come from the topics that I've already explained in this video. So if you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment box, and for physical properties you can check the next video. Thank you.